Volvo wheel loaders are a popular choice among contractors working in construction, log handling, waste and recycling, and so much more. With productivity boosting features like OptiShift that speeds up cycle times to money-saving ones like reverse by braking, that simplifies operations while cutting down on machine wear and tear, well, Volvo wheel loaders get it done efficiently. Throw in one of those most comfortable cabs in the industry, it's easy to see why so many people turn to Volvo wheel loaders for their toughest jobs. There has been a lot of talk this week and a lot of questions about loaders from the in-person attendees at Con Expo. So we feel it's safe to assume that our virtual attendees might have the same of their own. So we've rounded up some of our top wheel loader experts. We have product managers Eric Yeomans, Chris Connolly, and Erich Krebs. Thanks all of you for joining me, taking time off the floor to come up and talk to us here. So we've been getting a lot of wheel loader questions all week long in our chat, and if you're watching now, go ahead and add your questions into the chat and we can answer them. So while we're waiting for those, what are some of the biggest advancements that you've seen made with wheel loaders right now? Anybody? Do you want to
take good.
Yeah, I mean, for my size class wheel loaders, big focus on safety, so collision mitigation, and a lot of also trying to reduce the total cost of ownership, going through like 1,000-hour engine oil and filter changes. So a lot of that.
Anyone else seen any?
I would say from my size in the medium area, we're starting to now have more of a demand for material movement, material measuring. So we made onboard weighing standard on some of the medium loaders as well as optional. So we launched that this year. So we have a lot more customers that want to monitor their material movement.
And Eric?
Yes, and for me it's our core values like safety. We have done a lot of things in the safeties, environmental things. So we are low on fuel consumption. We are working on different solutions, special options to lower the fuel consumption, to have it clear what we are doing and that we have low fuel consumption. And in the safety area, we have now new options like our CMS, collision mitigation system. So we are on track on it and get a lot of interest here.
So this is actually live. What are we seeing here?
So this is our L90 loader. This is one of our flagship medium loaders.
Okay, medium loader.
Highest volume, but this is the machine we brought to Con Expo to represent the medium range. One of our most versatile pieces, anything from aggregate handling to waste, scrap handling. So this one is kind of like your Swiss Army knife, do-it-all type of
And this is the medium loader that's here?
Yes.
I think I was on this one earlier this week.
Yep, so again, a lot of interest in that size machine. A lot of customers have been really impressed with our offer and especially our application packages now. We can basically custom build very simply for a dealer to offer the customer one unique, easy way to order.
Yep. So you're a medium.
Yes.
And the other two, you guys?
I'm large, and then Erich does both.
Yeah, I do both, yes.
Because we get that a lot. So how does someone figure out what's the right size wheel loader for their operation? What's the best way to do that?
We have programs like site simulation. That's an ideal way of working it out. You go to the site, you take cycle times, you ask the customer what his working shifts is, what his production demands, and then you're able to figure it out which one you work.
And that's one of the things that I've loved hearing, not just from the people on the street down there at the show, is that Volvo actually listens to their customers and they see what it is and then make recommendations about what's best, which I think is great. So speaking of that, what is the best way to select the right bucket?
So we have a couple different ways to do that. We have our attachment catalogs, but also we have a unique app. We call it our attachment selector that a customer can download and then run through. They can basically outfit the machine and then see our offering for attachments and then basically build up the machine and then see all the specs, dimensions, capacity. So really a very, very easy tool to use and get all those questions answered.
So speaking of that, what are some of the most overlooked features that people might have when they're shopping for a new machine?
I thought you were going to take it, Erich. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I think the problem is that we sometimes find that sometimes customers, they're used to ordering a machine the way
certain way.
the way they have over the last
Yeah.
10, 15 years, and unless they're sitting down with the dealer and discussing it, because I think we have so many new features that have been introduced over the last 5 to 10 years that maybe some of our customers are not aware about it.
So that's actually a great thing to point out, that if you are looking for a new wheel loader of any kind, sit with your dealer, ask those questions, right? And let them make recommendations, because I have seen on the floor, and I've heard this from people walking through our booth, is that there are so many different new accessories out there, so many different ways to do things, that talk to your dealer and find out what's best for what you need to do, right? I mean, I think that that is the best thing that you can do, because Volvo does offer a lot. Here's a great question. The new L350H, it's in our booth. So what have you been hearing about that machine this week?
A lot of excitement, extremely. I think, especially with OptiShift, because this is something that all of our customers have experienced from the L110 and L260H, and they really appreciate it. So there's a lot of excitement about that. Then also a lot of excitement about, you know, the new transmission, the new drivetrain. We've done a lot of really sensible things, like going to dry parking brake to make it easier to service and take care of, and then reducing the parasitic loading and getting better fuel efficiency.
And this one's the L350H,
Yes.
right?
And look at that beautiful bucket.
That is. You can put how many people in there? That's live. That is fantastic.
So we just basically painted the different colors to highlight all the wear parts that we offer to extend the life of the bucket.
So the different colors are actually to show you the highlights of what's available,
Yes,
right?
the different wear parts that we offer.
Yeah. Fantastic. What I think is so great about what we've been doing is we've had you up here. We're able to talk to people who might not have been able to come all the way to Vegas for Conexpo this year. You can actually feel like you're actually here and seeing it. And we're getting a lot of questions, not only in the chat, but also down on the ground. So what do you see wheel loaders in 2030? Like, what do you see the evolution of this?
Yeah, up to in 2030, so some years we have. It will be a big change, definitely in how we power it. We will not stay in totally with the diesel power what we have today. We will go on, or we have to go on a different way. We have to go for the electric. It's one way. We have some other ideas, so it will change.
Yes, in
That's
2030,
definitely-
it seems like it's far but near at the same time, you're right?
It's very close.
It's very close. It goes by faster than what we've seen in the past, for sure. I think the years have gone faster. Do we have any other questions in the chat?
Someone asked.
The L200, did we talk? We talked about this.
No.
No, we haven't. So I think we'll have some video for this too. The L200 high lift, there we are. So this is also here. What are people saying about this?
It is an amazing machine, everybody say. And it is a special machine. It's a special machine for the logging industry, for sawmills, paper factories. So we have a little bit to explain on it, what we are doing with this machine. But it's the eye catcher here. A lot of people stand and look to the machine, wow, what is it? And then we come closer to them, and yeah, as I said, the eye catcher for us to open the door in the Volvo booth here.
That is pretty impressive. That is one of the first things you see too
Yes,
when you come
yes.
through that end.
Yeah.
It
It's one of
stands
the-
out. You can
a
see it
big
from here. It's
machine.
actually just over our shoulder here. One of the things, Chris, you mentioned this earlier, the L90. What are questions that you're hearing about it?
So I get a lot of questions about different capacities. What are the true machine capabilities from the smallest bucket to the largest? We have definitely been able to increase the capacity on the machine, not only from your dump clearance, but also full turn tip load. So there's a lot of capability questions. There's a lot of technology questions. People are interested in our co-pilot display now and our onboard weighing being standard on the machine. So a lot of the technology and comfort, as well as safety, like Erich and Eric have both mentioned, they're all focuses. So, and that falls right in line with just about everything we've launched on these machines recently.
And what is it used for primarily?
So there's a multitude of applications. I'd say primary, bucket use, bucket loading, but also, we could have it in forestry, we could have it in waste, scrap. Agriculture is a
go.
huge application where we
This is-
also are present.
This is pretty impressive here. The in-cab technology that the load assist helps with the wheel loader operations, right? Can we put that back up? That in-cab technology was really, really interesting. There you go.
Display, the load assist display.
The load assist display. So we've talked a lot about the machine. What about some other supporting services, right? Like Active Care Direct. There's a lot of services that come with these today.
Yeah, but I think if we could talk a little bit about load assist, because that is an unbelievable tool that really helps improve operator efficiency, and that's going from getting the loading trucks accurately, so you're not having trucks having to come back to get more material or having trucks to come back and dump.
And this is the load assist that we're seeing right here on the
Correct,
screen.
Yeah. And within that we have operator coaching, which is an interactive feedback from the machine telling how the operator is performing.
Oh, wow.
We have tire pressure monitoring the tire pressures, making sure that we have the correct pressure and temperature in the tires.
And what's really great about this is that for people who can't actually be here at ConExpo, they can go to their dealer, they can take a look at some of this stuff, they can speak to them about what these features no one's seen, right? These are all new, so definitely take a look at that. For people watching, what should be the main takeaway for this show? In just a couple sentences, what do you think people should take away from this show?
Especially on the pilots, they say, yes, it's something what we know from the car industry. We can follow the industry, so it's the new standard. The other thing is the operators. We have to bring the operators to these new features, what we have and can show. And here I tell always, if you can handle your cell phone, you can handle our
if you can handle a cell
phone,
that's good to know. If you can handle a cell phone, you can handle load assist.
Absolutely.
Very good. Any other quick takeaways? We have just a few seconds.
I think from my point of view, it's the feedback we're getting from customers is they see Volvo as a forward-thinking company. We're committed to sustainability. We're always committed to improving operator efficiency and safety also. That's the feedback I'm getting from the customers.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the experts, and thank you all for joining us today. If you're interested in learning more about Volvo wheeled loaders, it's as simple as clicking the Let's Connect button and answering a few brief questions, and reach out to your local Volvo dealer. They can work with you to understand how you plan to use the loader, to recommend the right size and attachments to maximize your efficiency even further. And that closes out day 3 at Volvo ConExpo Live. If you've missed any of today's segments, don't worry, all of them are on this platform on demand, so you can check it out anytime it's convenient for you. Tomorrow will be the last day of our virtual event. Be sure to join us as we show you our futuristic autonomous wheel loader concept, the XL03. It's the first real-world example of self-learning wheel loader that will just blow your mind. We'll also show you the world's first hydrogen fuel cell accelerator. We don't want to miss that. And sit down with Volvo's Ray Gallant, an expert at Association of Equipment Manufacturers, to talk about top construction industry trends they're seeing. All of this and so much more coming to you live from Volvo's booth at ConExpo Las Vegas, starting tomorrow morning. I'm Linda Cruz. Have a great day. We'll see you then.